So reality is that every journey starts with a single step, and you have taken that first step by being here today. Becoming a foster parent is definitely taking on a new endeavor. For example, it's kind of like climbing if you haven't climbed before. Take a second to listen to the similarities between learning to climb and becoming a foster parent.
Most of these climbers were very willing to help a newcomer in the sport, but I did appreciate it even then because my dad was not a mountaineer. He was a great guy and he was healthy and fit and could do things with me, but he couldn't take me and show me how to do things because he wasn't an outdoor person. Whereas the fellows were real mountaineers and really loved the tremendous opportunities they had here in the mountains and were willing to share those with a neophyte who wanted to learn them.
We never thought that we were on our own from the very beginning because we had a wonderful support group right from the beginning when members of the foundation came into our home and explained very detailed what becoming a foster parent's all about, the whole process, some things that we could expect. And once we went through the awesome training that we felt would be beneficial to every parent in America if they could take this training, we felt very confident that we could do the things that we're being asked to do.
So most of us are definitely scared of the unknown. At least I am. Not necessarily because there's always things to fear, but usually because it's uncharted territory. And I know that's something for myself at least. It's pretty scary to step into. And for most of you, foster care is definitely that uncharted territory. And the thought of moving forward can feel very daunting. So unless you have friends or families who have been foster parents before, there's probably more that's unknown right now than known. And so we recognize that foster care can seem as daunting as climbing a 14,000-foot mountain, for example, known as a 14er, like Pikes Peak down here in Colorado Springs. Many of us have driven on I-25 and looked up at the mountain or maybe see it from our windows and can never imagine getting to the top. And it's pretty scary. I know I lived here for probably 14 years before I imagined climbing and finally was able to do it. And even the incline is not even much of a portion of the peak, but that's also something so scary that it took me, I think, 16 years to even consider that. So I get it. This view can seem so overwhelming that some people can never even get started. Others might worry about when to hike or which 14er to pick or what gear they need, that they never actually take the first step because it's so overwhelming. Others might have a fear of rejection by the trail guide, for example, for not being in good enough shape. Or other hikers might doubt that they'll ever have the endurance to make the journey. So all of these doubts and fears are normal. They're natural and they're healthy, as it shows you have a realistic view, which we're glad of the scope of the hike. And you know enough to know that the trip isn't always easy, nor is it a good idea for everyone to climb a mountain.